Hello and welcome back to the Mayor's Update. We're broadcasting live from the Elgin County Railway Museum.
Yes, there is trains all around us.
Yes.
And
Many.
Appropriately so on Mayor's Update. But why else are we here?
We're dancing with the stars on Friday.
Yes, and tonight is kind of dress rehearsal night. Both Grayden and Jess, who are far outstanding dancers, versus Joe and Stephanie.
That's a stretch for me, but Jess, granted.
All right, and Stephanie, I accept her prowess, right?
Yeah.
But we're here, and with many other contestants here tonight also, and we're going to be joined in a little bit by Steve Peters, who is the master of ceremonies and has been for every year of Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars, fantastic fundraiser for the railway groups, the museum and the station, right? And so a lot of fun. And this is I think the first time over here, but this makes the crowd much bigger. I'm now worried. I see all the empty chairs.
There's a lot
I'm
of chairs.
not sure how I will. Look, I will tell you, it's come together.
Should we give them a sneak peek? Should I just flip the camera around? All right. So we can show you here live what it's shaping up to look like. And behind me here, you can see all the chairs, the trains, the people getting ready. We're all going to be rehearsing tonight for Friday.
Well, I don't have to rehearse anymore. This is just a run through. Right. We rehearsed twice yesterday to make sure we were cruising and doing. So.
And Jess and I were rehearsing again this afternoon before tonight for the dress rehearsal.
Yes,
with everybody. It's
now
very exciting.
We didn't do it today. We did last night, right? Twice, and. Too busy today. Too many city things going on today, and I knew we had Mayor's Update before here, but I knew we got to dance at least once to our music here tonight, so that'll be great. I feel real comfortable, and
you know what?
I expect, although there's a whole lot of flinging and throwing going on, that no one will get hurt.
Well, I felt that way too, and then when we were rehearsing, I definitely stepped on Jess's toes. And I'll just say this: it's a good thing that she's wearing red toenail polish.
Okay.
Yeah,
because she's got that covered up now.
She's a saint. She's a saint. Okay.
She called you inappropriate names, didn't she?
She didn't even. She's too nice of a person.
I'm proud of her. Proud of her. She's the better member of that couple, folks.
No, absolutely. And we've got downtown construction coming to an end, so there's a big announcement officially this week,
and special events looked at it this week. Of our event for the opening of downtown will be an Oktoberfest event, and really and pumpkin decorating and kind of a fall doors open Oktoberfest event in downtown.
Out, enjoy the street.
We'll talk about it every week from here till it gets here, but it's perfect. We're really looking forward to that. But boy, we approved just about everything we approved at special events today was downtown tree lighting. Right, Santa arriving on the fire truck.
I guess the 17th of November.
Right, and lights up downtown also on that same day, which is another neat event for downtown. So you'll want to look this one up. Is kind of rest areas through the downtown and the tree lighting at the end of the day, but lighting up downtown in a Christmas fashion. Of course, we've just approved the road closures and such for the Santa Claus Parade, the Optimus Santa Claus Parade, which happens the next day. So all of these downtown events are really coming together, and all of the neat things we can do in our community.
And the downtown Santa, I guess that doesn't go to special events, but that'll be another week in November where Santa comes again. Courtesy of the Downtown Development Board, and gives out downtown dollars, which you can spend at all the businesses that are in the BIA, which is absolutely fantastic. Speaking of businesses, Jess and Lily, my mom, and Sarah Van Pelt, a good friend of mine, we all went for lunch at Cafe Siam today.
I saw the pictures again immediately after seeing how beautiful the food that James prepared. Right?
So good.
I hunted through my emails for my invite and found it must have gone to my junk or something.
It must have. Because you got to talk to your email provider at the city and really get on them about that.
I did see that you were also at the Plaza Sushi another time this week after me strictly telling you that you must invite me when that happens.
I know. You're so busy. I don't want to,
Right. I get that. Back on to Mayor's Update. So the other thing that we have coming up is a real need for all of the folks in this community to come and give us their thoughts on the new strategic plan. So there's a number of public meetings. You'll have to go to the St. Thomas website, the St. Thomas Facebook site, and get all the dates. One is online, one is at the Queso station, one is at City Hall. I don't know. Look them up and please, we need your thoughts on what we need to do in our community over the next 2, 5, and 10 years.
Transit, housing. Right. What is it? What are you interested in?
Great things happen to our community. And that really helped us come closer to finishing our current strategic plan. But it means that the next one will be that much bigger, and we have to dream bigger and talk about what else we can do. But still staying within our own means of how to grow. Smart growth, we called the last one. We'll talk about it when we start looking at it this week from a council point of view and a special council meeting just about it, and then also start gathering the public input. And there's some surveys out there you could answer now, but there's public meetings coming up for you to be able to share. Super exciting. I'm just going to hop back to seeing things that other people do online. I was so excited. I was in the Big Brothers Big Sisters charity golf tournament. Yes. It was a blast. And I was a part of the putting contest. And I was so happy. I was telling everyone I got third place in this putting contest out of all the people that participated. Guess what? I saw online that you did the Warden's golf tournament, and you happened to you won the putting contest? I won the putting contest against the Warden. I could not stay for the whole day to golf, but I got out there early in the morning, and we talked a lot about certain things happening in the county and the city, and we had great networking. You know how before golf starts, and then we went out and putted. And not to say I beat the Warden. Neither of us were very good. I just was marginally better. And so we did present the trophy last night, sitting out on the council table. That's amazing. So we could share with people that we had done that. So I just want to say congratulations. Oh, well, great. Thank you. I had to borrow a putter. I got to the golf course, realized my clubs were in Oliphant. They weren't even in St. Thomas. So I wanted to buy the putter that I borrowed, but no, he was his favorite too, so I couldn't. Fair enough. So it was fun. Right? And we got the Big Brother Big Sisters Rail City road races coming up. That's sponsored by Wendy's as well as a number of others. And that's the Sunday. I can say the Sunday after the wedding. It is the Sunday after the wedding. It's 24th of September. So I often come and volunteer, and at least as the mayor, I always have to say something anyway. So I thought that morning where people are checking in here, and then they run off from a starting line out here outside the Railway Museum. So I get one day to rest and then back to being mayor. And then I'm flying to Chicago. Oh, what are you going to do? They've got me doing some work out there, some camera work, AV work. Perfect. So, it's a bit. Somebody asked me, were we taking a honeymoon? And I said, yes, eventually. Actually, Stephanie and I are going to Washington the 30th of September, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th of October. And that will kind of be, it's a Wendy's convention. It's not that's quite the honeymoon. Romantic honeymoon. But it's at least we're traveling away for a few days. Jess and I haven't even gone on our honeymoon yet because we got married during COVID. So we were still planning out. You're still playing this. And then we had a baby. So it's very we've been working on a new baby puppy sitting services and the couple of new boarding places opening. Dogs on Three. We've signed up for the puppies to go live there on the maybe even the night of Dancing with the Stars, but at least for the wedding, and then also for as we go away. So very good. I'm just gonna take a look at the chat here that we've got going on. Mark McKnight, hello. Glad you're able to make it on the call. And she's saying, glad Talbot Street will be fine in time for the parade. Absolutely will. Yeah. And another person saying, hey, Grayden, what happened to Joe's invitation to go to Cafe Sam? And she's saying she should actually be invited ahead of you for the next one. No, I'm sure she was just making sure Joe was going. No, this is typo. What else have we got coming? The Jumbo Kids Mud Run is Saturday out at Junior Faith Church. Jumbo Mud Challenge, always an incredible time. Right, and dirty. And the kids love it. The things that Pedro comes up with, the different events. I know. It is. He was bragging about even a new kind of ramp or slide or something. Called Golden Eye or something like that. I don't know if it ties into James Bond. I get it. Right. We, hey, Pedro, always fun. We set him up with a few free hamburgers today for the kids this week. And what a great event that is. But you almost hope that it's a rainy day. On Saturday for that event. I mean, you waste a sunny day. But if it isn't, the St. Thomas firefighters are out there. No, they hose it down pretty good. Yeah. They'll create a whole water event for kids and stuff, which is fantastic. And there's a whole washing station and stuff, I think, as well. Or there has been in the past. So that's Saturday. What else? Something else was going on Saturday that I was trying to get to. I'll have to. Hey, somebody tell me what else is going on this weekend so Grayden and I can announce it.
Right? But if you're going in the races, you have to pick up all your stuff for the races on Saturday in the morning.
What races are Saturday?
No, Sunday's the race, but you have to pick up all your stuff on Saturday.
Oh,
for the
that's
race,
another.
For the
You got another
Big
weekend
Sisters.
for that, though.
Yeah,
so you're okay. You can pre-plan a little bit more and watch your Friday night activities so you're ready to run. I know runners; they're kind of yeah.
We should also mention, if you haven't been checking out the Beehive, the updates for the Volkswagen battery site.
Yes,
that's
weekly updates for what's going on out at the little reports about the mega site.
Yes.
Right? So we're looking forward to having and sign up for them when you go on. When you do find them on the EDC or on the city website or the city Facebook, then also put your name in so you get the notifications for them every week. Every week there's something neat and new that I learned.
And they're 1.5, 2 minutes. They're super fast, full of information.
Right.
You know, it's easily digestible. Another one's going to be going up probably tomorrow. So
good. Yeah, excellent. All right. So it must be midweek. I saw my Beehive report.
Yes.
We did the yesterday at the atrium, the graduation of all the summer companies students, and it was really great to see. I think there's, I said in a bit of a speech there yesterday, there is nothing like people who've learned how to run their own business early in life.
Yep.
That's not to say you'll always be an entrepreneur. You'll always go that way. But as an employer, I really loved what it turns people into, in the sense that even if they're an employee for someone else, they realize how hard it is to be an employer. And so what a great thing the summer companies is, and some great ideas. Now we get lots of great ideas, lawn cutting and window washing and other things, but there's lots of people out there. There's a crochet business. There was photography businesses. There was swimming lesson business this year.
And you learn about the financials.
Right. You learn
the team at the Small Business Enterprise Center, they are fantastic. Elle and Mike and Sarah and everybody else that's there. Above and beyond.
And Tara came out yesterday from council to help us do it. But of course, that used to be Tara's job too, right? So she loves seeing this also. So Mike was there yesterday. Yeah. Of course, Mike has to beat off people now that he's a celebrity from doing the Beehive film. So it's right.
Well, we were filming the Beehive, and then he had to run off there to do that. Yeah.
Where are we here? I'm trying to figure out where. Oh, we're doing pretty good still.
Yeah, things are coming along.
We're going to call Steve Peters in. Steve is the MC for Dancing with the Stars, and we've asked him to come and join us just for a couple of minutes to talk about how he got into doing that and how long that's been happening. But I see he's busy doing other work right now. We'll flag him down. You know how Steve can't walk through a crowd right now either.
Oh, I know.
Being pulled over. So
he's talking to one of my former teachers, Mrs. Green at Central Elgin.
Yes, well. I've got a lot of compliments this week, Grayden, on our show from last week.
Very good.
With Bill Vegas.
Yeah.
And of course, that's coming up on Friday. The book signing at Lockwood Books in downtown St. Thomas in a completed section.
And if you haven't been in there, it's absolutely incredible. It's like walking into one of of those worlds,
it's like a movie set of an old bookstore. It is. Yeah. It is great. And I haven't been in there enough, but it's good to see a hometown guy come back and do a book signing at Lockwood Books on Friday. So it'll be a lot of fun to see.
And it's all these stories. If you haven't watched the episode, I highly recommend going back and watching last week's episode with Bill Viggers for some of the stories that he hasn't told until now.
Right.
And then there's
about Terry Fox and also about his time in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And since that show last week, I've heard so many good stories about other strange things Bill did as a student at St. Joe's.
Oh,
right? So
he came on and he was like, "Let's talk about a whole bunch of stuff." By the way, we can't talk about this.
No, my grade 9 year was bad.
Bill Viggers,
So we're talking about how great
he was a young counselor.
Yeah, he was like 22.
He was.
I had a long-standing agree to disagree with his mother.
Oh yeah,
Jean, over who was younger when they were first elected to council, Bill or myself. But it was me.
Oh yeah, were you 21?
No, that Bill may have misspoken on that one.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And his mother would know how old he was. She was probably there. Anyway, welcome to Councillor Peters, former Mayor Steve Peters, and MC extraordinaire here at Dancing with the Stars. Both Grayden and I are contestants this week. So if Steve has any judging ability, I have money.
I have no judging ability, Your Worship. I have my notes here, and I just need to make sure that I introduce you and your significant others properly. But
yes.
no, it's a great event. I've been proud to have been part of it from day one. This first year here in the historic shops.
It's a neat
So
venue,
here's a trivia question for you
yes,
tonight.
go.
So we're in these historic Michigan Central railway shops. First question for trivia is, what year were these shops constructed? What year were the shops constructed? And then if you go to the north side of the building and look up, and you'll see a plaque. It says MCCR. No, pardon me, MCRR, and then a date. So
Michigan.
What does the MCRR stand for?
Okay.
So there's a couple trivia, and I've got another one that I'll gladly slip in towards the end. But no, look, it's beautiful. What an
amazing great event
venue.
Space this has become for our community.
There's
we've had the Volkswagen announcement here. We had Volkswagen people again here last week. We talked about and the different events, whether it's comedy nights here or chocolate, whiskey, and something last week.
Yeah.
Right. Wine, whiskey, and chocolate.
Yeah.
I think an important thing, that I look at with this venue and this facility going forward is to ensure that we maintain rail access. I know there's been some discussion with Doug Terry about purchasing some of the land, and we need to make sure that 5700. Well,
can
that
come
leads
and
into
go.
the next question.
Right.
Question: is 5700 its original number?
That's
is
another
5700 the original number of the 5700?
Of that great big black locomotive.
But we need to make sure that big locomotive has the ability to come out. I don't think we can necessarily rely on the transfer table that John Kanakis and a bunch of others have restored. So we need to make sure that the museum works with Doug Terry to work with the city to maintain our railway heritage and that connection out of these doors of the shop.
If I can make a commitment, if we can continue to upgrade and finish this facility, there will always be a connection. There's a bit of city-owned land that we know we can connect to. I know I've talked with Doug Terry, and his whole piece was about helping get the rest of the land's asset value so that it can go to be fixing these shops, but also be able to move railway assets in and out of this building.
Well, I think Doug's father, former Mayor Doug Terry, would be extremely upset with Doug if he didn't allow that to happen.
If he ever land blocked
because
this.
Doug Sr. was instrumental in helping bring the 5700 and planting that seed for the concept of a railway museum.
It's such a gorgeous engine.
Oh yeah,
it's my favorite one every time I come in here. With the bell, the steam tank,
and you think of a piece of equipment like that was going 100 miles an hour,
right?
As well, too.
How long ago was that?
1930s, I think it was 1930. It was constructed.
The power of an engine having
100 miles an hour,
100 miles, 160 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That thing could speed down the tracks, and
it didn't stop that quick. But it could go.
No, very, very much. And I heard you going to Chicago. You think of the days of St. Thomas with the queso station and why we're here tonight
why
raise money with
line.
Dancing with the Stars. You could have hopped on a train at the queso station and got to that beautiful, amazing, restored Michigan Central Station, Detroit, which is actually a St. Thomas guy, Rob Yallop. Rob Yallop is leading the whole historical architectural restoration of the old Michigan Central Station with Ford. And, think you could leave here, go to Detroit, and then a few hours later you'd be in Chicago.
I would have done that if I could.
Ben Al Capone did it a few times.
Yeah.
And of course, the other way, too. Right?
New York City.
End up in New York City.
I'm not sure how you get to Washington, Your Worship, but I'm sure you could have got to New York City and then
take Amtrak down.
Yes.
And it was part of our thought, but we are going to fly to Washington because there's only 4 days for us to go. So what? Right.
Well, there was a teacher at Central Elgin, my secondary school, the high school is still here, and he would basically teach, and then on weekends he would hop on the train and go to New York, and then he would come back to teach again because it's like 9 hours or something like that.
It's a weekend trip.
Well, the closest you can do that today is at Buffalo, and you get to Penn Station at 54th Street or 34th maybe in New York City.
Yeah.
But it's only one train a day, one eastbound, one westbound.
And it's not so much a commuter; it really is
it's a milk run.
And
it's the old style, what they called the milk run.
And they're kind of like these shaky, rickety, like.
But it would be fun to do.
I've done it, but I don't know. It's you don't get to sleep very much. Like,
you want to check trivia, see if anybody got?
Yeah, we'll hop on over to the trivia here. Yeah. No, I'm not paying off any judges.
I can if Grayden won't pay them off. I can.
This is my dance instructor.
Oh, excellent.
Helen Davis. She's
well, I'm very sorry that you had to put up with Grayden, but we had Rita, and sometimes Jim helped, but mostly Rita did all the work.
Do you guys want to say hi to the audience here?
Yeah, come around the back and say hi.
Yeah. Oh, you have to see the audience. They have to see this. Come on around.
Come on around. We're online. Yeah.
Hi, Rita.
That's Rita, the person who found out Joe Preston has rhythm.
Rita's been one of the coaches from day one as well too. She's been also one of the organizers and a great supporter of Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
And Helen has put up with me and making sure that I'm actually going to be able to dance on Friday. So she is an incredible superstar. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I think that's the main
7
goal.
dancers this year. That's a new record. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah. There's 7 couples, but there's only 7 dancers.
Yeah.
It's like Stephanie and I, right? Yeah.
So, they've been incredible. And, of course, John Lemare has also been, or Dave Lemare has also been teaching us as well, and just fantastic.
No, it's a great community event, and it's nice to see the community come together like this. But as Mayor Joe and I, we've recognized for a long, long time. That's one of the wonderful things about St. Thomas. You've always got people that'll step forward to
help with great
organize an event and do something to give back to the community, and that's what these organizers have done for a number of years.
And you see it too, Steve, whether it's on here or on other online things. Why don't we still have Fantasy of Lights is one that keeps coming up again.
But it's all about volunteers.
We have to get 20 of your friends together and see if you can turn that into 100 volunteers.
Yeah. And the city will be there as partners. You sit on special events. We will help facilitate any special event, but we can't do it all.
Run them. Right. We have to. We'll help. Right? Yeah. Much like the ones we talked about at the start of the show, all the downtown events that are happening in the next month and a half. But without the DDB and the volunteer basis that comes with it.
Did you talk about the new park yet, Your Worship?
Yes, we have.
Oh, okay, because I am so excited. When I left to come here tonight to see, there was 7 children with their parents playing at the new park.
Yeah,
and the daycare is going to open. Yeah. The old police station site, the Westlake Evans Park.
And there is a special event there
on Friday morning, 10 a.m.
Okay. Right. We have planted a tree in honor of Queen Elizabeth. And it is the first anniversary of her death on Friday. And we thought Westlake Evans was a great place to be able to have a recognition. Steve, you know what type of tree it is?
It's an oak tree. I think it's an English oak, Your Worship, but I'm not sure. But there's another tree that went in. Did you see the beautiful pine tree that came from
out at the construction area?
The VW Park.
Yeah.
That's been spaded in as well too. So it's just so exciting. And the daycare is going to open next week. It's
amazing.
Wonderful things happening in downtown St. Thomas on a couple pieces of brownfield properties.
Right. And that's
we're really stagnant. And working together, the city and other partners, we can do it
if we can work together. And we're, as we talked about already on the show today, we're doing our newest strategic plan. Mm-hmm. And that's about how we can do things like Westlake Evans Park or what Doug Terry's trying to do on this land and other builders in our community and some other neat things today. It's already told you, 3 or 4 really big meetings just kind of fell out of the blue today. Some great things happening. We'll talk about on Mayor's Update next week.
Gentlemen, I've got to go. I'm going to leave you be. I've got MC work to do. Have a nice evening, St. Thomas, Elgin County.
So Michigan Central Railway, somebody said.
Michigan Central Railroad.
Railroad. That's how we get the
Railroad.
They got railroad in there.
Okay, good.
Robbie Robertson, is that correct?
We'll give him that.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So he goes into our spinner for winners. And what year?
And then
1913.
1913 is correct.
For the Michigan
the first
Central
one is Brett Langfield, right?
Correct.
Brett Langfield.
Yep.
Okay, so there's our 2 winners.
And did anybody get the true number of the 5,700?
Hi, Stephanie.
No, we don't have the true number of the 5,700 yet.
Okay. Nope. Do you want me to give it away?
Yeah, let's share.
Go ahead.
Let's share.
It's 5,703. I don't know why.
What happened to the 3?
I don't know. If you look through all the wheels on the locomotive, all the parts of it, they all say 5703. So I'm not sure. I know that there were 5 of these steam locomotives constructed in, I think, 1930. But how the 5700
became 57, or 5703
became 57, not sure. But it was 5703. But
well, thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
See ya. Have
Grayden,
a nice evening. Thanks, Grayden. Keep up the good work.
We're going to get up and dance.
All right. Cheers.
All right. So thank you very much for all of the people who watch Mayor's Update. Please share it with your friends. Tell them it's all going. Look how beautiful Stephanie is. I'm supposed to say that? Right. All right. And we'll see you next week on Mayor's Update.
You betcha. All right. I'm just going to hit the rollout thing here. But a quick question on Parkside Drive.
Yes.
Do you know the timeline for that to wrap up?
Yeah, it was a project that should finish this month, or it's like the downtown. The minute you get now down to granule and start pouring curves, you're nearing completion. But I will ask, and by next week we'll know for sure when it will be completely open all the way through to John Wise.
Perfect. All right. Thanks again for your time. Right. We're gonna go dance.
All right.
Take care.